like another difference in culture here, which I saw with the Finns. Finnish people really love sauna.
Yeah.
They love sauna. We also love sauna, even in Uganda. But there's an extra difference that came in there. It could also be maybe even back home, where I come from the West. If we are like grazing cattle, like boys can bathe together and you are naked, but of the same age group. Here, in their sauna, they go naked. The old man, the wife, the daughter, neighbor.
Exactly.
It is just unbelievable for me, but it's part of their culture.
Raymond, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something on that note. You're speaking about sauna, and you reminded me when I just come to Finland. Yeah, you know very well that my spouse is Finnish, right? So I remember one time I was supposed to go to sauna, and then his brother and his brother's wife, and then my husband, they all wanted to, go to sauna, the four of us together, and like you said, nude, naked. I told them, I'm sorry, but my culture, no, only my husband is allowed to see me, or your wife, I wouldn't mind, but you, his brother, there's no way I can go to sauna naked. He said, it's okay. I said, not in my culture. So I had to explain to them, why and how. And after that, they understood. But initially, they just did not understand where I was coming from, because for them, it is very okay. Like everyone just, goes in naked, and that's very normal to them.
Now you can imagine, for example, Uganda and their culture, and you are with your Nazara. Nazara is naked. Your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, and you are also the kids. Oh, in the, like Buganda kingdom, in Buganda culture, I think, what do they call it? Is it a chive?
Yes. It's
I don't know what chive is.
Abomination.
It's an abomination, exactly. So, but it's a cultural difference. That's their culture. And at the beginning, I was like, okay, personally, I refused. I don't.
Yes.
I grew up in a Muslim environment, and I don't agree to that. So I have never been naked. And actually, it also came out that I don't enjoy sauna. I go sauna with my wife, and that's it. End of story. I can never get naked in front of my son. No way. Yeah, that's one of the cultural differences. And then also food.
Yeah.
Finnish people love to eat good food. And that's greens. And the surprising part is that in Finland, people normally eat like one meal a day. While in Uganda, we eat like 3 full meals. It's only recent when I've been traveling back to Uganda that I realized that, oh my God, we really eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
Here, you eat one meal, which is the dinner. It could have like three course. You could have like a starter, some salads, and then you can have your main meal, and then maybe like the ice cream or berries or something. That's an extra on that same meal. But it's light food, but according to its health content, it's quite good. In Uganda, it's you eat in the morning, like good food, katogo. You know, when you're hungry, you've been sleeping for a while.
Yes.
You eat like you're not going to eat again.
Yes.
And then lunch comes, you eat like you have not eaten again. You have not eaten before.
Yeah.
Later, they bring on supper at night. It is another huge meal.
Yes.
But some, even in between, before the supper, after work, in between there, they first go for some pork joints.
Yeah.
And I need like 1 kilo of pork or whatever, plus 3, 4, 5, 6 bottles of beer. And every time I go back home, I look at my friends and they're really huge, like in terms of weight.
But Raymond,
I think it is unhealthy.
But Raymond, on that one, maybe you are living in a different part, because here in Finland, where I am, people eat about 5 times a day. They have five meals in a day.
Like real
While back home
meals.
in Uganda, while back home in Uganda, we eat just 3 times, morning, lunch, and dinner. But here they have what they call amupala, that's breakfast. And then they have lunch at 11 o'clock. And then at 2, they have coffee. And then at 4 o'clock, 16 hours, they have paivalinen, which we call dinner. And then at 7, they have iltapala, which is like an evening snack. So the difference I would say in that is that people here eat quite small portions. Yeah, they eat really small. They could have like 2 Irish potatoes and maybe some meatballs, you know, as lunch. But for us back home in Uganda, when we're eating lunch, for example, we have to fill the whole plate. You know, the plate is filled to the brim. So maybe that's the difference.
Give an example of like how many grams.
Okay, now when it comes to grams, maybe I could say steak of about 210 grams, for example.
Here.
Yes, here. Yes.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
But in Uganda, someone can eat 1 kilogram plus posho, 1 kg plus posho.
The foods you're talking of valipala in between, those are like about 100 grams, 50 grams, then coffee and 1 cookie. That's not food. I'm talking in Uganda, we are talking about real food.
But in Uganda, we eat twice only, lunch and supper.
We are talking of matoke, nyama, kaunga, rumonde. If you bring a 5 or 6 year old child, they will not carry that plate.
That is true.
That is the kind of food I'm talking about, not this valipala.
Okay.
Those are like food for the elderly.
Yeah.
Okay. But even a mzee back home can carry a plate that you Samantha can't swallow.
Okay.
Even it is a real heap whereby even a cat cannot jump over.
Tell me about